because it is sometimes so unbelievable the truth escapes becoming known.
If you want to find out how quickly society can turn against one, stand up and tell the truth about just anything that you want to stand up and tell the truth about. It scares the living daylights out of everyone.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
We can only imagine the confusion and concern when the informed elite of the United States government discovered that an alien spacecraft piloted by insect-like beings from a totally incomprehensible culture had crashed in the desert of New Mexico.
I was actually born on Krypton and sent here by my father, Jor-El, to save the planet Earth.
What does this mean?
The result was the formation of a secret ruling body which became known as the Bilderberg.
Because it is sometimes so unbelievable, the truth escapes becoming known.
And I'm ready to blow you all's minds. All right, we're talking today to the Operation Culture Creation, the idea of the satanification of America. The things that are being programmed into us, I intend to show you who and what is behind these situations. I want to take you through a host of secret societies, to have a look at the Egyptian mystery schools, the ideas of the Hashishim and the Knights Templar, Freemasonry, of course, and the Rosicrucians. Bringing you into the Jesuits to get you up to today, to understand who the Illuminati are and the Thule Society of ancient Nazis. Probably won't get to Skull and Bones, but we'll definitely get deep into the Ordo Templi Orientis. So it begins, he who does not have the demonic seed within himself will never give birth to a magical world. Secret societies have influenced our civilization and even the leaders of our nations. They have left an indelible mark on the art and architecture of our current era and into the pop culture of our world. Societies of enlightened ones gather together the knowledge of the world and form mystery schools to carry this information throughout the ages. Orders such as the Knights Templar carried arcane knowledge to distant lands and met with many strange tribes. Focusing on death often, these schools of thought turned into militant orders that were given free license to kill in the name of God. The Knights Templar were the most skilled fighting units of the Catholic Church. They were banished, put to death on allegations of obscene rituals and homosexuality, apostasy, idolatry, even financial corruption and fraud. More specifically, the brothers were required to deny Christ, to spit on the cross, to indulge in carnal relations with other members of the order. It is even said that they had communication with a severed head, known as Baphomet. High magic is performed for the communication with your holy guardian angel. Low magic is performed for the use of demonic forces for your own needs. Necromancy and communication with the dead has been a practice going all the way back to ancient Egypt. The dark occultists held their strongest sway in Babylon, and it seems that the area mimics the depictions. And they have renewed their efforts now that Babylon is Iraq. Images of warfare in the area mimic the depictions from the distant past of gods that came and brought with them unspeakable horrors of war and servitude. Horned gods stood over the populations of the Middle East. Their tales are scribed in cuneiform script and speak of possibilities only considered in the 21st century. The concept of beings from another world, or perhaps from another dimension. Heroes of alien origin and depictions of what we consider to be extraterrestrials seem to be at the heart of the divine right to rule. Light bearers, or enlightened ones, known as the Anunnaki or the Sons of God, may have returned to play a role in the current political structure. Are they the architects of our national heritages from a place forgotten by history? A wise philosopher named Solon said that the learned priest of ancient Egypt taught him the mysteries and marvels of ancient Atlantis. The Egyptian priest-magicians were highly educated, scientific men that understood the art of reading the innermost secrets of your soul, of impressing the susceptible imagination by enchantment and fascination, and of sending their own spirits forth from their bodies as clairvoyants, electrobiology, and understanding the virtues of magnets, herbs, drugs, and the use of music. We must resign ourselves to the fact that the ancient Egyptians possessed a knowledge that has not been conferred on our present race. Manly P. Hall stated that the gods of Egypt were elements of a profound magical system and possessed a significance far from that advanced by modern Egyptologists. The various deities of the Nile were elements of an elaborate metaphysical system, a kind of ceremonial Kabbalah. It is now generally acknowledged that the ancient peoples of Egypt were the most learned of the occult sciences, of the natural sciences. Thales, Solon, even Pythagoras and Plato all went to Egypt to study with their mystery schools and to pass these on, these ancient knowledge coming from Atlantis. The Thule Society also believed in Atlantis. Now they are known as the study group of antiquities for Germanic antiquities. The Thule Society are mostly known for being the people that sponsored, supported, and began the Nazi Party. The Thule Society actually believed that their capital, Ultima Thule, came from the ancient lands of Hyperborea. They derived these ideas from a researcher named Ignatius Donnelly and his ideas of a lost continent off of the Atlantic. They believed that this was the home of the Aryan race, and they used the writings of Madame Blavatsky, Helena Blavatsky, to bring this into complete fruition and into a bit of a religious ideal. In the Thule Society, their organization is the who's who of the Nazi Party. It was the Nazi Party. Hitler's mentor and Thule Society member was Dietrich Ehrhardt, who Hitler dedicated Mein Kampf to. He wrote to his friends saying, the Thule, he says, "Follow Hitler. He will dance, but it is I who have called the tune. We have given him the means of communication with them. Do not mourn for me. I shall have influenced history more than any other German." Now, in an article of Hitler's Forgotten Library, it mentions the book that Hitler would often pull from his private collection. It was written by Dr. Ernest Schertl, and he was actually into occultism, flagellation, sadism, masochism, and was actually one of the early speakers of homosexual rights in the early 30s. Now, he wrote a book called Magic, History, Theory, and Practice, which Hitler held onto and marked extensive passages in. Now, one of those was the statement, "He who does not have the demonic seed within himself will never give birth to a magical world." It was previously misquoted as a new world. Then Theosophist Alice Bailey stated during World War II that Adolf Hitler was possessed by what she called the dark forces. Her follower Benjamin Krem stated that Hitler and a group of equally evil men had come together to form a ritual to bring about the Antichrist. But according to theosophical belief systems, the Antichrist is not a person, but forces of destruction. The Thule have been made popular recently through Hellboy, Hellboy, and the idea of using the occult and technology to branch into the other dimension and bring something back from the abyss.